Good to see you guys. So today we're gonna do and cover sales development core principles. Some of the things probably you will have heard, but a lot of things you will probably not have heard. And it's a good thing to remember these things and keep, like yourself sharp, which I think is good for everyone to kind of do. So let's start. What is sales? Sales is a skill. And it comprises of a lot of things, such as a domain experience in your particular thing. For example, for myself, I have a very deep understanding about paid traffic, about lead generation, about sales, and about building CRM systems. That's like my deep domain expertise. For you, you need to develop a deep experience in your own field. The next thing, you need to know product service knowledge about your products and services. You need to be able to communicate. This is exactly what I just, a couple of days ago, I met the guy who has the biggest American call to book a flight company. They do like 1 billion a year. And the guy from a sales department, the head of their sales, came to us as a client, so we talked with him. So they are focusing like all their efforts on communication and speed of communication, which means as soon as the lead comes, they call them. They try to reach them within 30 seconds. So imagine 0 hours and 24 hours. All of this time frame. They get around 2,000 leads per day. And I'm gonna ask you, how fast do you think they're communicating with leads on average? And this is gonna be, it's gonna blow your mind. So almost 85 to 90% of the time, they call the lead within 29 seconds. They call the lead within 29 seconds. I was thinking like we are here, top G's like calling within like 5-10 minutes. This is completely not top G. Top G is like within 29 seconds. So that's my new reality for myself as well. Next thing, persistence, adaptivity, confidence, problem solving, time management. And also remember that some of us have natural abilities which are serving us better in sales, but all of us and any of us can learn these things to be better at sales overall. Let's go to the next. This is a quick story. I was thinking in my industry, which is like coaching, consulting, and info space, I was thinking like guys are the top G salespeople. I went to Sam Owen's mastermind in 2023 and or 2022, and maybe I'm mixing those years. And I see there's a lady, and I was like, oh, that's probably like a lady, someone's wife or someone's girlfriend just came along. And then I found out that lady has an average production in a company doing as a sales leader, like a closer, 500 to 1 million per month. And I was like, wow, okay. I was like, okay. I'm like, what the hell am I talking about? Like this lady is like way better than all of my team together times 10. It was like crazy. And then the question is, it's not like men sell better. It's not like women sell better. It's not like introverts or extroverts sell better. Or it's not like you need to have high energy like a bunny, like Nick sometimes, like jump around, like talk crazy, like be high energy and then you can sell. Or you need to be like low energy, like low. Then you're gonna be good at sales. No, there's a mix of everything and you need to find, as I like to call it, you need to find your own cherry and your own cherry of how you sell. Like have your own flavor. Have like some things that make you unique, you different, and then it's memorable, Like you want to have sales conversations where it's memorable. Like I recently had a Zoom call with one guy from America that sells how to have like billions of views online. So they basically help you to grow your organic channels. And I love, they had this so good background, like a DSLR camera, the lighting, the setup, it was like on point. That exactly. It was memorable. Like the scenery of the video was memorable. Sometimes it's the way people talk is memorable. They have like good jokes, how they make me feel is memorable. Like find some things how you could be like more memorable. For me, sometimes, you know what I do? I try to be myself and I try to be funny or, like putting some jokes, and you probably have seen it sometimes online. Like this is like how I like to do it, okay? Then next thing, We're like trying to make sure we hit the KPIs, we do the training, we develop our salespeople, we develop ourselves. At the end of the day, this is what like Jeremy Minor or Cole Gordon told us. At the end of the day, you know what's more important than all of that stuff, all the technical stuff or the progress stuff? It is, are your salespeople taking care of themselves? Do they have energy? Are they healthy? Are they working out? Are they eating properly? Are they drinking water properly? What is their emotional, mental state? That is more important, right? Because everybody here knows that you can have a bad day if someone meets you and they say your product sucks, your offer sucks, I don't like this, this is exactly what I don't want, this is not for me. And then you're like, oh shit, everybody must think that. And you get discouraged mentally and it hurts your performance. It doesn't help your performance. Next thing, this is a great thing to remember. People buy from people they know. First and foremost, they know. How can someone buy from you if they don't know you? Second thing, people buy from people they like. And lastly, people buy from people they trust. And this was a cool example. I met this guy in America called Boyd Lewis, and he said this crazy good quote. I liked it. So it was, high ticket sales online is basically persuading strangers to give you thousands of euros or dollars online for virtual services. Let me repeat that. Convincing strangers to give you thousands of monies online. And what do strangers maybe want to do if they think you're also a stranger from like ads who use like show an ad, then you have a call and then they say you need to pay like thousands of euros. They want to Google you. So I had like crazy bad website. I had like my personal website was personal website of Nix. Here is what I do. That's it. And a blank page. Now, after that meeting, I redesigned my website. So right now, if people search like Nix, my name, like online, they find this like, I think like sexy looking website, which is like with the stay sharp in the clouds, you know? And the funny thing that happened, I launched this website like 1 week ago. And I already have people who sign up through my website because probably they see my ads and then they're like, who is this guy, like Latvian guy with this weird name, like Niks, like who is this guy? Need to sign up. And then they sign up and then I get leads and actually turn into customers. What is sales not? Sales is not a CRM system. Sales is not an IP phone system. Sales is not a meta ad account management. Sales is not AI automations. Sales are not apps, tools, softwares, gadgets. It is not none of those things, you know? These are not the things you can see here. This is not sales. Not sales, okay guys? Not sales. You know what is sales? And okay, let's continue. What is not sales? Okay, sales is not, and people don't buy because of your offer. People don't buy because of you. People don't buy because of your company or brand. People don't buy because of your testimonials. People buy for the outcomes, results, and feelings associated what they think they will get once they bought your stuff. That's what people buy. Example, in the money making. Hey, come on. So, in the money-making industry, okay, let me give you an example. So, I sell a money-making skill, okay? I sell a money-making skill. The actual situation, what they kind of are right now in, and what is the wanted situation. So, actual situation, they're doing cheap massages, low amounts of clients not appreciating their services, not making enough money. Then what they want? They want to make 200 euros or dollars per hour by offering a unique massage, which is like premium something. A new client acquisition system or flow. They want premium clients that are amazing to work with. They appreciate themselves and they want to make 5K a month. This is an example of an actual and a wanted situation. And when the customer feels and thinks that you can give it in the easiest and least effort way possible, or what options he has in his mind, then they will buy your service, right? Then they will buy your service. And here is an example of this. I'm gonna give you a lot of examples, but this is the big thing, which is like actual situation, wanted situation. In the middle is the gap. All of these actual and wanted situations, they're all about the feeling, how it is feeling. how I feel in the actual and how I would feel in my wanted situation, like how I would feel. And now let's go to some examples. So, BizUp, dropshipping or SMMA. For example, not knowing what business to start, having failed before, I'm working in a 9 to 5, which is not great. My wanted situation, a business that is easy to start with a low budget, and then I want something that can actually make me 3-5K profit per month, and I want someone who could help me to set it up and do it. That's like my wanted situation. Let's say you are selling sales training. Let's say you're selling sales training. The situation for the client, struggling to build a sales team, salespeople leaving after 1 month, the sales team doesn't grow, results are each month going down if the CEO is not selling himself, sales team doesn't know KPIs, no processes, no systems, no CRM, nothing. What is their wanted situation? What does the business want? The business probably wants a high-performing sales team, loyal salespeople, breaking records every month, clear KPIs, systems, processes, and making more money every month. And then, if you can communicate these both things in your marketing, in your offers, in your sales conversations, it is more likely that people will actually buy. It is more likely that people will actually buy. Let's continue. So let's go into relationship niche. Okay, relationship niche. So relationship niche, actual situation, wanted situation. So the actual situation is I feel lonely and I'm unable to find lasting connection with anybody. The wanted situation is I have a happy, stable relationship with good communication and support. Like that's my wanted situation. Let's go into the health niche. Like I'm overweight, tried many diets, all of them failed, I have low energy, bad eating habits. My wanted situation. What do I want? What do I want? I want a new method that will get me to lose 1 kilo per week. And that is gonna help me to be accountable. That's gonna make it easy solution. I want a fast solution. And I want something that I know could work for me or is a high likeliness of working for me in my situation, right? This is again, because why am I talking about this? I see many people, when you do the ads, when you make your offers and you kind of make them, you're not thinking about what it is actually these people are like wanting. Because people don't want to become vegan just because of veganism. They want to have these feelings associated by being like a vegan. Or people want to scale their sales team, not because like I wake up in the morning, like what do I want to do with my life? I want to like scale a sales team. It's not like that. They want the feeling associated which will come if the sales team is at the level that they could be, or it could be, or that they think it could be, you know, like what they feel. Let me give you an example if you sell BizUp, like business opportunity offer, like an example, become a DM setter, like become in the Instagram inboxes setter. So the actual situation, I have done businesses, all of them failed. I don't want to be a business owner. I hate the stress of running a business. What is the wanted situation? I want a job opportunity to make 3 to 5K a month remotely. This is important. By working with their phone, and I can live anywhere in the world, and it takes no more or less than 1 month to learn the skill and get started. That could be an example for this DM setter example, right? Next thing, let's continue. Let's go ahead, okay? Because I have a lot of things to cover here, guys. Remember what you're selling, okay? Invite people, when you're having leads who want to have a meeting with you, understand that if you connect with those leads, your objectives should be to have a meeting with them. If you have a meeting with a client, your objective should be to present on a solution and to get them to buy the solution or buy the services or offer if they're a good fit for what you do. Also remember these things. I have seen my setters, for example, I had a closer who didn't perform. And what we did, so we said, hey man, you're not performing, you need to be a setter. A setter is a person who calls leads and gets meetings, right? I said, you need to be a setter. The guy goes to setting and you know what happens? He has like 0 sets. You know why? Because the guy is like immediately pitching the product, trying to get people to buy without having a call. And he's like explaining like too much details, not getting enough awareness about the prospect, not understanding the prospect situation, the prospect's problems, you know, like why they sign up, why they showed interest in the marketing, why right now is a good time, why is it important for them, and what's the current obstacles in the way, and then kind of clarify those things, dig deeper, and then present a solution, which is let's have a call where we can discuss this in detail and provide you a custom solution that can help you to solve these problems, right? Okay, next thing, this is a cool story again. So you and the client have different realities, and all of us do. Like I have a different reality about health than some of you guys here who are like health experts. You probably know 10 times more than me. Let me just check Zoom, okay? And I know less, right? But we can talk at the same language, you and me. As an example, if you know I don't understand health, like I don't know nutrition, I don't know like which foods are with carbohydrates or proteins, I like don't know this stuff, right? I don't know hormones, I don't know this stuff. You shouldn't talk in a way that is so confusing to me that every second word or every fifth word you say, I just don't understand. And I might not tell you that because like my ego is big and I don't want to tell you like, hey, Wendy, I don't understand you really. No. Like, no, I want to be like, yes, okay. But at the end of the day, I'm confused. I'm not going to buy. I'm not going to tell you I'm confused because it's like my ego gets in the way and probably there's no sale happening. So you need to adjust what you're saying to the level of the prospect. As an example, the guy I was talking about, the biggest company, they do like call to book a flight services. So they have a call center, they run ads, people call to book flights via phone conversation. The guy came, he showed me his sales CRM. I'm like, oh my God, this guy probably knows more than me about sales CRM. So I was like trying to be like highest experience level. And then I talk in a more advanced way about sales. Then the second client comes, they're like, I just start out, like I heard this like CRM thing, it's like a nice thing, but I don't know if I need it. I have like 5 clients only in my whole career, and I would adjust myself how I talk to this prospect. Because at the end of the day, if people don't understand, people don't buy. Confused customers don't buy. So your objective should be to communicate in a way the customer understands, okay? Let's go forward. High and constant momentum leads to success in sales. This is what I have noticed through all of my career. Will there be ups and downs all the time? Yes, it happens all the time, like all the time. It's gonna be like, and for me right now, when I have like some people doing this stuff, it's not like just me selling. So I have seen this like a lot. So some weeks it's like everything down, and the next week everything's like 3 times higher, and it's like crazy. We're breaking records, and then it's like this and this and this and this. What I try to do now, and this is something I learned from a guy he owns a company in Latvia called Interact. They're selling tractors, forest vehicles, farming vehicles, like these kind of like big things, right? And the price point is from like 50K to like 500,000, like big, huge things. And they make 70 million a year. So the guy was like, Nix, it's probably not wise of you to look at sales data or cash collected in the business daily, because how does it make you feel? And I was like, how does it make it feel? It makes me feel stressed out. Basically, there's only like one thing that can, like one problem that comes from it. I look at the numbers, then they're good. Okay, nothing. I don't change my day. I look at the numbers, they're bad. They're like low. That's the problem. I change my day. I feel stressed. Does that affect how I sleep? Does that affect how I perform the next day? Yes. And he said to me, just don't do it. Like, look at them maybe once a week, just to have the pulse, or once a month, and just to have a pulse. And then you can be like more kind of understanding what's going on, what's the situation, and not make stupid decisions that can hurt your business. And I have a stupid decision that hurt my business. Let me give you an example. So we were like watching these videos, like people need to be efficient about sales. Like our salespeople need to have the best calls, the best meetings, only those meetings. So what we did, we said to my setter team, like, hey guys, you need to ask customer if they have 2K in the bank. If they don't have 2K in the bank, don't let them come to the meeting. Like, don't invite them. So at this time, we had like 4 closers. So you understand, 4 closers. We were doing average like 15 to 25 meetings per day, like doing it, like actually meetings done. And then we did this qualification thing because we thought like, this is how we grow efficiently. So this is how we grow efficiently. And then, you know, we did this like 2 weeks. We did this for 2 weeks, and you know what happened? My closers don't have meetings. Like, there's no meetings. Because like my setter team is now like just like stressed out. Oh my God, I didn't ask the client about the 2K. Oh my God, this is a problem. And you know what happened? Our sales are down. And again, why it happened? Because me being emotional and making emotional decisions on the spot, not looking at real numbers, real data, and making a little bit more like smarter decision, okay? Let's go to the next thing, okay? Let's go to the next thing. And I'm a little bit skipping ahead because I want to give you the juice, because a little bit later there's like a whole bunch of juice. Let me give you an example. So let's say you sell coaching for, let's say, 2,000 euros or dollars, doesn't matter. So let's say you spend ads, you run ads, and you spend like 500 euros on ads. Let's say you get 50 leads, like 50 leads. Let's say you book 20 calls. Let's say you take only 10 calls, or some people don't show up, or some people are not qualified, so you cancel them. Let's say you had 10 calls. And let's say you got 1 client from that. And I want you to think now, how many people said no? So 49 people said no, that they're not interested, they don't want to buy. Like 49 people said no. But the question is, does the math work? Does the business work? And the answer is most likely yes. Yes. And now this is a good exercise which you can use to not get discouraged or emotional when you have a couple of no's in the row. Because when you are maybe alone, or you're 2 people in a company, every time you have a meeting, you feel it. You're like, oh my God, I just spent 1 hour, no result. Oh my God, 1 more hour, no result. And you have this feeling. I really remember how it was for me when I was trying to grow my business to like 8,000 a month. It was the same way. Every time I had a meeting and they didn't buy, I was like, oh my God, like spend this time, doesn't result, But when you look at it this way, it like you a little bit like, whew, you just like a little bit get back. And then you can understand the thing that you need to understand, which is if you do it long enough and you train, learn, develop, you will get better. So you will need less time, less effort to get the same results or even higher results, which is the best part. The best part is in your industries, like Yelena, Wendy, or other people who are joining right now on the Zoom. Unfortunately, I don't see you guys, but when you're working, you need to understand, let's say you're closing right now like 10% of people. But at the end of the day, there are other people who are maybe closing 50% of the meetings which you're having, and the meeting quality is maybe the same. But the difference is the level of and the skill of the sales communication process, or how you communicate when people buy. And this is a good example where, like, we're working with this guy called Cole Gordon. No, thank you, Mix, now I can see it. So we're working with this guy called Gordon, and he did an experiment. So he had a lot of closers leave the company. So he did an experiment where he took the sales calls. And the funny part was, he took like, I can't validate this information, but this is like, our account manager told us this. So he said, 18 calls taken, 18 people paid. And he was selling $18,000 package, which is the Sales Team Accelerator Program. Crazy, right? It's crazy. Oh, now I see you guys. So we have Anna, we have Dave, we have Burak, we have Matthias. Let's go, let's go. It's bad that there's like no music, right? But it's good, good, good. And the document, of course, you guys will get it. Of course, of course, of course, of course. And next, selling is a dance. Selling is a dance. And don't argue with the customer. Like this is the funny thing. I used to be cocky with potential customers. And you know what? They didn't buy, ever. I have never seen a case in my company, in my office, when the client is like, with the sales, and the salespeople is also like, and they don't buy. Like, it doesn't happen. I don't see that. It's not like you argue your way to getting the payment or getting the client. It just doesn't happen that way. So I would recommend you to be less aggressive and to be like a dance and to do this mental exercise. So imagine I'm here and you're here. The customer. This is the customer, right? This is the customer and this is you. I want you to not do this, but to go next to the person and be side by side with the customer, you know? And then look at the problem, and look at the landscape, and try to pinpoint the solution with the person. This mental framework is a great way how I have found to find common ground. Because I'm also, when I have a meeting with a client, I do sometimes have meetings with potential clients. I'm like, okay, man, like, what's going on in your business? I'm like, here, what's going on? Like, what's happening with the marketing? What's happening with leads? How many people are getting in? What are some of the problems? Okay, like, here are the solutions. This is an option, what you can do. Like, what do you think about this? I would do this. Would you mind if I shared how, like, I would do it? Like, how I would work, how we work? And it's a completely different ball game. Completely different, okay? Completely different. Next story, crazy story. I'm in business 2 years, doing like 30,000 a month, and selling basically in Latvia only. And I'm like, Nix is like great salesperson. I'm like rocking the world, right? I'm like the guy. And then one guy comes to me. He's like much smarter than me, makes more money in business. He's like, Nix, when was the last time you watched how you talk on the Zoom or with clients? I was like, I never do it, man. Why should I do it? He was like, just do it. So I do the meeting, the client buys, and then I watch the meeting. And it was a meeting with like EHR, which is like a huge radio company in Latvia. Like it's like European hit radio in Latvia. It says like European hit radio. So I watched the Zoom and I was like, oh my God, what is this guy talking about? I couldn't understand what he's saying, what he's talking, because I was like, but and then comes the principle. The principle was, I was just so confident that I can help that people were probably thinking, like, this guy talks, I don't understand what he says, but he sounds confident, he sounds good, so probably he knows what he's doing, so let's buy from him. You know, and that was probably the thing. But then when I looked at it, I was like, wow. First thing, need to a little bit slow down. Second thing, need to finish the words when I say them, like total, like finish them so I can understand them. Third thing, need to do this more often, you know? Need to watch my Zoom a little bit more often if I want to be really good at this thing, right? This is a crazy story. I think, and that's why it's important for you guys also to have a look at them. Like, you know, you had 10 calls, like I see Zoe here. Zoe also recently joined. You had some calls, just like have a look at them. Look at them, you know, like yourself, just like watch them. And like, what could I have done better to get like a better end result from the meeting, you know? Next thing, we are living in an information age, an online information age. I want you to understand that it does matter how you look online, how your social media profiles look, how your picture looks, how your bio looks. It does matter. And as well, it does matter how your Zoom looks when you have a call. Is the lighting good? Do you have your bed in the background, which is terrible? Or you have like, I don't know, like some socks in the background, which you can see. It's terrible. What kind of video quality you have? What kind of sound do you have? What kind of microphone do you have? All of these things matter, in my opinion. Maybe in some opinions no, but in my opinion, they do matter, okay? And it is okay to invest some money to just make them a little bit nicer, okay? Next thing, if the customer is not buying from you, don't change your approach. Don't become like a bad person. Don't change your attitude. Be positive with energy even though you feel that they're not gonna buy it. Let's go to the next one. Let's a little bit skip ahead because I think it's gonna be okay. So let's go to the next one. This is gonna be really great for everyone to understand. So there's two types of buyers for you. Two types of buyers. In most cases, in most businesses, it's typically two types. So there's the bad type bad current situation, bad situation, and they want a good situation. Let me give you an example. So someone who's working at a job maybe makes 1 to 2K a month in a job. They don't like the job, but they want to start something different. They want to make more money, and they want to grow to, like, let's say 5K or 6K a month. They want to get to that level. So this is a bad situation into a good situation. What do I mean by bad? Maybe they don't have so much savings, so they're bad in the sense that they're not like so financially qualified. Maybe they don't have so much money, right? They don't have so much disposable income. Disposable income to kind of use. But they would have more emotions to change their current situations. They have more deeper feelings that something needs to change. And if you're good at selling, you could tap into these things in the discovery phase, right? But again, it's going to be the money problems. In these cases, there's going to be more money problems. The second type of prospects, and let's share it. The second type of prospects are people who are in a good situation and they want to have a great situation. Those are the people that make, let's say, 5, 10K a month in their business, that's like profit, but they want to like scale to 20,000, 30,000. These people, when you have a sales conversation, it's not going to be a problem about the finances. Probably the objection is not going to be finances, but you know what is going to be the problem? The problem is going to be their butt is not like on fire. They don't hate it so much. They have a good situation, right? They're like making some money, they're like good, they're happy, everything okay. But they could move forward with you if they see you as an authority, they see you and like you and trust you, and they have seen some examples. And for these type of people who are in this good situation, you need to provide more value. Lead with value, show experience, give tips, give ideas, and don't shy away from these things. Like, this is an example for Elena, actually. So if you have people who have a lot of cash flow, a lot of available money, don't be shy about giving advice on the call. Because that way, they're like, wow, she's providing value, right? Don't be shy of these things, especially if you're working with a market that has financial capacity high. So don't be shy of giving answers and values. I loved how there's a sales coach called Jeremy Miner. So basically, I loved how he said this once. I don't remember where, but like he said, if I'm meeting a prospect, he works with B2B companies, like huge businesses and also like people who want to just learn sales. So he said when he has a meeting with these kind of like B2B and clients, he basically lays out the roadmap, how and what he would do in their case to scale their sales team. And then the client is like, wow, this guy knows what he's talking about. I couldn't do it myself, or I don't want to do it myself. Let's hire Jeremy so he can help me. And that's how people buy. In these like high-end markets also. So in the high-end markets, it's really good to give advice, to give value, to show, and maybe don't do this crazy, like, you know, like objectionless close when you're like deep dive. But nonetheless, if you go back here in the bad to good scenario, there you probably need to do discovery. You need to find the pain points. You need to find the feelings. Why right now? The timing, the other people who are in decision making. Like, you need to find those so you are able to get them as a client and work with them, okay? Okay. How's it so far, guys? How it is? How do you feel, guys? Like, nice? Really nice. Really love it, love it, love it. And we'll get to the questions, I think. No problem. We'll get to all of them. So let's continue. I'm just gonna give you the juice and then like continue. So, okay, this is like the last part, and then we're gonna wrap it up. So now this is a framework when you're having a lead and you want the lead to have a booked call with you, okay? So you're having a lead and you want the lead to have a booked call with you, right? You have a lead and you want to have a booked call with the lead. So here is the kind of the process of you thinking about it, and a little bit later on we're gonna give you like the scripts and everything, so we're gonna prepare everything. So the situation, like the framework is as follows. So the first thing, and Nick's completely showed this framework, so I'm going to talk about it, like that specific. So, first things first, you want to have a situation awareness. This is basically the first question was, what was your motivation for signing up, right? The second thing which you could lead goal syntax, which means first thing you do, after that, you could talk a little bit about the goal. So what got you motivated to sign up with us? So what right now is the kind of the goal, the target you want to hit in the next 3 to 6 months? What it is for you, man. Next thing, what's right now missing or seems to be the obstacle for you to achieve these goals, right? What's the problem? Right now we're here. What's the problem? Then the important thing is to clarify and dig deeper. What does this mean? For every problem, there's a bigger underneath problem, which means they would say, yeah, I can't get the lead flow enough to my business, or I don't have enough meetings. You could be like, why you think that's a problem? And then the client is like, yeah, it's probably my offer. My offer is probably something too generic. Oh, that's a deeper problem within a problem. And then the next step would be to define it, to understand, to show that you understand. As an example, so Yelena, as you told me, your goal right now is to reach 20,000 with your coaching business, and you feel right now that the lead flow is the biggest problem, and you actually think that that offer is the core problem, which is not yet at the point which could be like good enough to have these leads, right? Is that correct, Yelena? Okay. Would you be, and then you go into the call proposal, which would be, would you be open for us to have a specific strategy session to discuss how or might we able to help you, to give you a specific roadmap so you can actually achieve this goal within 3 to 6 months with our guarantees as well? Would you be open to having this conversation? You know? And then you book a call. This is like the framework, right? How you would structure the conversation which leads to booking a call. And now let me give you the juice, guys. Let me give you the juice. Let me give you the good stuff. Let me give you the good stuff. The good stuff is, I want you to do double dial or triple dial. So you get a lead, they don't book a call themselves. I want you to do the double or triple dial. We right now found out in Germany and Netherlands, triple dial is the best thing. So we call, don't pick up, call, don't pick up, call, and then they pick up. Like and it happens in like 1.5 minutes, right? Like that's like working, guys. Like try it out. Like try it for yourself. Next thing. This was the craziest thing, guys. This was the craziest thing. I was calling, my company, our team was calling leads within 5-10 minutes, and I was thinking we're like top G's. We're like the goats, like we know stuff, right? I was thinking like this. And then this guy comes that spends 40,000 a day. They spend 40,000 a day. They get 1,000 to 2,500 leads per day. And he has 2 departments, B2B and B2C. In the B2B, there's 400 closers. And they're calling, lead to call, average time, under 29 seconds. And I was like, wow. But this was like real statistics. They had like real good statistics. She like way better than me. Like really great. And I was like, wow. Need to up my game. So the new standard is to call leads within 30 seconds. And faster is better, like for sure. Faster is better. And then a quick example for you guys. You might not work. You might work, okay guys, you might work from 9 to 5, normal working hours. But there's a lot of people in the world who work from, let's say, 3 p.m. till 1, 2, 3 at the night. There are people like that. People don't work 9 to 5, everybody. There's a lot of people working like these on hours. And then let's say you get a lead at 11 p.m. 22, like as you can see in the screen. You get a lead and you notice the lead after 3 minutes. I would call that lead. That's how I got my customer who is Helvis, who's building houses in Latvia. So it was like around this time, I was like in my underwear, getting ready for bed. I see a lead comes in, like a great home builder. I'm like, oh my God, this is a great lead. I like called the guy. He was like, yes. I'm like drinking beer, seeing my scrolling phone. I saw your ad, I signed up. I'm like, amazing, man. Let's jump on a Zoom. He was like, okay. And he's like, and I'm like, I tell him, I'm in underwear. Is it okay? I'm going to grab a shirt. Let's do it. And he's like, ha, let's go. and we have a Zoom call. He didn't buy on the call, but he paid next day. So amazing. I get a client at night. I'm not saying every day I do these crazy things, but I did do these things a lot at the early days. Next thing, which we have found, when you get a lead, you call them, they don't pick up. It is very important to leave a message on WhatsApp or send email. And we noticed one crazy thing, that if you send voice messages on WhatsApp, it's more likely they will respond. I don't know why, but it works better for us. Voice messages. So basically, you use these tools to kind of do it, leave voice messages. I don't know why, but people do respond a little bit better, so it's interesting, right? Next, let's go forward. I want you to, when you send an email or a WhatsApp, I found out, you guys, sometimes your messages are like, meh, meh, make them memorable, you know? Which is an example. Grab a phone and like, hey Zoe, I saw you just sign up. By the way, I couldn't reach you. Let me know when you're ready to talk about your idea to start like an e-com brand. Boom, boom, boom. Send it. Amazing. More personal. Or send them a meme, a custom meme you could make. Like you can make memes online easily. It's no problem. Like memes online. Make it memorable. Because right now, for example, right now, the landscape is like this, for example. In the UK, oh my God, if you run lead ads, it's a huge problem. People don't pick up phones because people call them all the time. In America, the same way. It's getting badder and worse all the time. In Europe, not like that. They're like normal now. But it will change. It will change. So the marketing tactics which you're trying to do, if it's something that the prospect has seen, they get desensitized. Oh my God, guys, you understand what I mean, right? No sensitivity to the thing that they'll see like hundreds of times. So your messages and the way how you do it needs to be the next ante, the next level. So it's more memorable. So they feel it, they see it, they remember. Much better. So that's why I want you to be creative, to think outside of the box. The voice messages, it's a little bit more effort. Because you need to record, you need to click the button and record, say the name of the prospect, more effort than rather than just send a WhatsApp message, hey, try to reach you, by the way, could you talk, when can you talk, question mark, and then nobody answers. And then you're like, whoa, my leads never answer, because your message sucks, that's why, sorry, okay? Next thing, couple of you asked me, how much should I call, what should I do? So I came up with an idea for you guys. So, I get a lead. First day, I call, send messages. Second day, they don't pick up. Second day, I call, send messages. Third day, I call, send messages. Till the fifth day, 5 days in a row, I call, send messages. 5 days in a row, I call, send messages. After 14 days, then I have a gap. 14 days pass, I call, send messages. 30 days pass, I call, send messages. This is how I would do it. And then I would stop. And then I just do emails sometimes. You know, email broadcasts. Because this is an advanced thing. Not everybody of you needs to have like email broadcasters and send emails all the time. No. You really don't. But if you're like, I want to squeeze the juice. I want to just do it. And you could do it. You could send 1 email per week, and the maximum should be like probably 5-7 emails per week. That should be like maximum probably. I wouldn't recommend more than probably 1 email a day, but there are companies who do send more than 1 email per day. But this is crazy, okay? Probably you don't need to do it. Next thing, and a couple of last things. Always plan your next activity with any lead. And next thing, make notes so that you can be professional. As an example, I call you, you say, amazing, I'm interested next week. Right now, I'm skiing in the Switzerland, I can't talk. Make a note about it. Monday you call, you're like, hey Elena, how was Switzerland? How was the skiing? You will feel the difference immediately. People will be like, oh my God, this Nix is crazy guy, let's talk with him, I want to buy. You know, like remember these things, like these nuances. All of these nuances make up the big pie. This is the thing. And these nuances take a little bit of effort, a little bit more time, a little bit more time, you know, but they do make a difference. Let's go. This was my talk. I hope you guys appreciated it. Let's do, let me write down. I will get to the questions. Let me just find something. I wanted to ask you guys a little favor, by the way. A little favor. So I will share with you the document, and if you could leave to the page. And by the way, there's a couple of new things I wanted to share. So next month or after next month, we're gonna change our branding. So we're gonna do a new company, a new design, everything's gonna be new. And the new name is gonna be Sharpify. And the slogan is gonna be helping entrepreneurs to be sharp. So it's gonna be like the stay sharp thing. So we're gonna change that a lot. And I just wanted to ask you guys, I will just, like right now, I will drop the link to the document so you can like have a look at it, everything you saw. And I wanted to ask you guys, if you could please leave a Google review if you found this helpful, or you find our help in general useful. I would really appreciate if you could just drop a 5 stars, write something. I would really appreciate that. The link is in the chat. And now let me give you the document, guys. So let me give you the document so you can have a look and use it. Let me just share it. And then I'm gonna jump into your questions, guys. So here's the document. And it's not fully finished because I'm like working on the next things, because I told you guys everything's gonna be new and ready. So now let's jump into your questions, guys. So the questions are, Wendy, can we open the document? Yes, now you can. Burak loves the call. Amazing, Burak. Really appreciate you being here. Zoe, second question. Would you say you have to wear a proper shirt or suit type or outfit? Oh yeah, no. I think, Zoe, in your case, as you're working with more females who want to start their short e-com brand and grow it, and you want like nomad, I would do like wild, like real, like I wouldn't do like proper like suit and no need. I don't think it's a need. But I would make sure your background is great. You know, this is the same thing. When I go to some Zoom calls and the person who's talking has a really clean background, like nice, maybe some flower, maybe something, it just makes it different. I don't know, like psychology wise, like wow, it's like different, you know? Next question, I think it was mentioned on one of the videos classroom, with which app is best for recording Zooms and voice calls again. Okay, for Zoom, I recommend Zoom. Like if you have a meeting on Zoom, Zoom has this feature that it automatically records. And for us, all of our sales calls get recorded. And I think maybe out of 100 calls, maybe one person's like, why is this being recorded? Please shut it off. Like maybe 1 out of 100. And for phone calls, there's a problem. So with Apple phones, it's like, I think it's not possible right now to do it legally. There's like some workarounds. With Android phones, it's a little bit easier, but still not, because they shut this off. So there were a lot of apps online where you could just do it, but now you can't. But there are some workarounds which you can find online to make sure you can record your phone calls, like physical phone calls, right? Or you could use an IP phone number, IP phone system. Let me give you some examples so you can see. One of them is AirCall. This is one company that does this. There are like VoIP phone system. Like actually Skype also has it, by the way, if you didn't know. Like Skype also has it, yeah. But I personally use this company. This is like, it's very, very cheap if you have just like one number, and you can get like numbers in Germany, in Netherlands, in UK, and you can just call people and it automatically uses that phone number, which is great, right? Which is great. So let's go to the next question. The next question was, yeah, Zoe was saying who's interested in having role plays. That's amazing. I know for sure it's Lee. I know for sure it's Lee. You can find him on school. His name is like Lee. Is Lee. Wendy, thanks for calling me within 29 seconds. Oh, all right, let's go, Wendy. Let's go. That's a good example. Burak says, Our only problem to call our leads is not really possible because our leads are places in North America, but we can call them within. Okay. Message from us. We'll call them. Then they automated message from us that we call them. Yeah, I think it's good, and I think Burak, you also have a VSL funnel, so you have this mechanism which sells them on the vehicle of what you're doing. I think if that's your case, I wouldn't like so stress about it. I would just try to make sure the cost per booked call or cost per call happening is good enough, so it works, like the math works out. But nonetheless, what you could do to squeeze out maximum juice, you could hire for $3 an hour. Actually, this is a real thing. For $3 an hour, you can hire a guy in America who's just gonna call your leads and book appointments from America. This is like, you can just like real thing. This is like not fake. This is like real thing. For 3 hours, $3 an hour, you can find a guy who could call your leads within American hours to book calls on your calendar. You know, you give him a script, you check how he talks. That could be a cool idea. I would pursue maybe. No, this is a maybe idea. I think it's maybe. Oh, I like that. I can do that. Call, send, video message guy. Wow, a bit scary. That's telling it's good. Okay, cool. I don't know. Okay, nice. I didn't understand really, but okay. Okay. So Anna. I don't know, Wendy, you don't. I just want to get, I basically, right now our stars a little bit like low ratings, and I just wanted to pop them up so it's a little bit better because we're gonna change the name and some people maybe will still find it, so I don't want it to be like bad. But it's okay for this brand. Then Anna was asking, my question is, isn't it looks desperate for customers to call them so much? Does it look desperate if you call your leads so much? I want to be someone who people want to work with, and I'm lost how I'm supposed to approach my business. Okay, a good question. Let me ask you in a different way. So let me ask you in this way. Would it help you to connect with these people if you pursued to try to connect them in the situation if they're not responding to you? Would it serve more people? Would you connect with more people? And I think the answer is probably yes. Because most of us, and this is the problem, most of us get a lead, we call one time, they don't pick up, and we just forget about it, and we try to get our next lead. But if we would be more efficient with the leads we have, we could probably get better ROI, better ROAS, and help more people at the end of the day. And need less leads to kind of make money and grow the business. And I would look from this perspective. And also guys, you need to understand this core principle. So all of my setter team, they have a priority list. So when they come to work, they have a checklist. First thing on the checklist is to answer previous messages or the messages that came in during the night or in the morning. From WhatsApp messages, from emails, because we send these reminders and emails all the time. That's number one priority. Second priority is to call incoming new leads which come in right now. Third priority is to call active new leads which have not received any phone calls from us. Number four priority is to call hot list, which are some leads who are like scheduled to have a call with them. They're like in this hot list, which are like really good leads and just need to have a conversation. And then number 5 and number 6 and number 7, then it is to do these follow-ups. And if let's say we right now get like 300 leads per day, right now we get like 100 to 200 leads per day. But let's say we had 300. My setter team probably would lose somewhere here something. They would probably lose somewhere here something. They would let some cracks happen. And that's okay. Some cracks would happen, but that's okay. That's okay. But you need to have these priorities. And I wouldn't, and also, I talk about these calling things. It's also what I have noticed, a lot of businesses like filter leads a lot. They filter leads. So let's say I am from Australia and I run ads throughout the world. The Australian company probably would not call any Eastern Europe countries. Wouldn't call them. Maybe they would call leads from Germany, maybe from Netherlands, maybe from UK, maybe from America, but they would not call leads from, let's say, Eastern Europe. Because in their mind, Eastern Europe, probability of them, of Eastern European people buying their services is very low. So they're also mindful about where they spend energy. And I think in your case, Anna, it would also be important to kind of think about where you should be spending this energy. Because and also, this is the most important thing, guys. People with a lot of money are busy people. They don't respond maybe in the first time. Maybe they respond in the third time when you send them lots of messages. They're like, okay, this is this person. Okay, let's pick up. Now I have the time. Oh, pick up now. And you connect with them, you know? Otherwise, they maybe would not connect with you. And you need to understand, this is what I learned from Grant Cardone, I think 6 years ago. I loved how he said it. Your duty is to connect with these people and be able to help them or understand that you are not able to help them. But your duty is to help them because they signed up. Why? They probably have some need or desire. And your goal should be to get your product in many hands as possible. Your goal should be to get your stuff to many people as possible, probably. Probably. If you're selling like coaching or consulting, right? It should be that, right? It should be that, probably. Like, I think this is the example for like I think Dean Graziosi or Tony, when they talk about this like impact. Like, you know, like you want to like reach as many people as possible right now. For many of us, it's not possible because we have like physical goods, like some professional services, like in my case, I couldn't like onboard 150 clients a month. I couldn't do it like physically, not possible. Like because don't have the team right now in place. But if I would just sell like seminars like this for let's say like 100 euros, I could do this for probably like thousands of people and no problem, right? This is the difference, right? This is the difference, right? Next question. Wendy says, yeah, exactly. Where do you find them? I'm not sure, Wendy, but I think you can just Google it. And I think like you can look at Upwork, Fiverr. It's better probably to find not companies, but to find like private specialists. Yeah, it's better probably to find private specialists. But how I found this? I found this by this guy. So I saw this video. It's so funny video, guys. This video is crazy. It's basically a video where there's AI cold calling. There are AI bots that cold call people and book calls. And in this video, he's comparing AI versus a real person. And that's how I got the example. And then I'm gonna put it in the chat. So it's like crazy example. You can check out, like the AI was so funny, but it's like crazy service. That's gonna be the next level of service, I think, when you just like hire an AI who just calls your leads. There's no need for a person, just like AI. But the reality is that the technology is not at the level it could be. Within like probably a year, it's gonna be crazy. You probably don't need a setter, you're just gonna have AI booking calls and calling leads like within like 1 second. Or within custom seconds. But this is like the craziest thing, right, guys? The landscape of all of this stuff is gonna change so dramatically. So, Anna says, thank you very much. That was super helpful. Appreciate it, Anna. Zoe, I got leads from my ads where people leave their information. However, I am seeing also a lot of people that are liking the ad as a picture on Instagram as a result of the ad. Should I Yes! Amazing question, Zoe. So she runs ads, people sign up, and people like the ad but don't sign up. Would you need to contact those people? Yes. If you have the time after you do the priorities, as we talked about in my example, do it. Like, do it. Your goal should be remember the 4 things which you know. Work on your offer. In your case, it's pretty good right now. Just like you need to get more customers, more experience, it's gonna be good. Know your goal. I think you know your goal. Then, generate meetings. And then just do sales calls. If you don't have sales calls, your number one job should be to generate meetings, which is make sure my ads run, make sure I reach out to people, make sure I have people to reach out and contact them. Yeah, for sure, Zoe, just do it, kill it. And also DM, yeah, within DMs, that would be good. So guys, I appreciate you joining. That's it. Let's wrap it up. Stay sharp. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, ba, 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 ba. Let's go.